Giving all glory and honor and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah HaKadash. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teaching us 100% truth. Shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000 and the rest of the men, women, and children of the great multitude. I'm your brother Magan Shalamar. Title of this video is Esau is being revealed and being sentenced in the time and age we're in now by the men of Great Millstone, bringing out this 100% truth. And from the Apostle Tahar on down, been saying that this is the year, you know what I mean? We're getting closer to the RFID chip to be placed on the whole entire earth. They already got it set up. They already passed it last week, you know, through the UN. So yeah, this is the time Esau is being revealed and what his sentence is going to be. And after that, you know, we waiting on that RFID chip, and then he's gonna get his judgment when we go into World War III and Yahweh Shai cracked through that sky with all of his angels in them chariots, destroying Babylon the Great and the land over there in Israel. Okay, alongside of those ICBM missiles that's gonna also destroy. But I'm gonna play this video, fair use, showing you what this devil, how he is, you know, not for monetary gain, but for educational purpose only, fair use.
This family says they were celebrating a birthday and spending time together before a man they identify as a neighbor pulled up and opened fire with an AR-style rifle. Witnesses say the family was gathered outside for a reunion Sunday night when a car drove by. A white man who witnesses say was Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer was inside the car yelling racial slurs at the group.
When he's talking junk and he started yelling the N-word, he kept going, so we let him go. And we were just discussing what just happened, why he tripping.
But Green says Kinzer came back, this time wearing armor and carrying a rifle. Oh my God!
And then that's when everybody started running. He got a gun. All the kids, they was making sure the kids get in the house. And people started taking positions because they seen he had a gun. And I was in the middle of the street. That's when he raised it and fired. Boom. And I grabbed my gun and started returning fire and moving with him.
Green says he's a Marine veteran. He says he was willing to defend his family, including children and older adults who were present.
It was so hurtful. I cried all night. I'm laying outside on the ground through a shootout under a car with my other auntie, my other sister, who is 77, and I'm 62.
The investigation is ongoing. Officials say more charges are expected to come. This family says they are just grateful to be alive. This family.
Yeah. If we go into the story, he's only been charged for assault. That's it. I think under a $5,000 bail he could possibly get. You know, with all that shooting and with the AR-15, you know, he only been, you know, charged for an assault. So you can see the difference between them and us. Yeah, this is all, you know, this is all that's showing the times that we're in, you know, under this devil, man, this captivity that Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah put us on, man. This place is not for our rest. This place called Babylon the Great, America, is to serve out our punishment, you know. This is Psalms chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. And we know the wicked is dealing with Esau, Edom. He's the wicked. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So let's go into born. As soon as they be born. That word in Hebrew is Bata, Bata, Batan, Batan. Yeah, Batan. It says the belly, the womb. It says the belly, the womb, the body. So as soon as they, conceive, you know, when they're in the belly, before they don't come out learning to be wicked, to be the wicked. They're the wicked, while they still in the belly, man. They was already born to be that way. Let's go back. Again, it says the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. See, so this is what we dealing with, man. We dealing with this Satan, the devil, so-called white man. They're the seed of Satan. They're the children of Satan, And the Lord is gonna deal with them like He dealt with Pharaoh. Yahweh Shai is going to destroy them beautifully. In 1 hour, this place called Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed. Where we ain't have to put up with this man no more. He the wicked on this earth, the wickedest of the earth. And I'm gonna go into another. We're going to Sirach chapter 41, but I'm gonna read it in the Great News. I'll start at verse 5. It says, "The children of sinners," talking about Esau, brought up in ungodly surroundings, turn out to be hateful people, and that's who they are. They're hateful people. They will lose whatever they inherited, and their own descendants will live in permanent disgrace. And this is the time of being revealed. These devils are finding out, well, they already knew, but it's starting to. The whole world is starting to see who this devil really is. Things that was hidden. That's why you got Donald Trump went around all year taking down the slavery. What happened to the Southern tribe? He also took down national parks. Anything dealing with the onslaught of the Northern Kingdom. Talking about Gad, what they went through. It's just that, this is and their descendants says it will live in permanent disgrace. Now they ashamed of it. They're ashamed of getting what they call it, slavery. What do you call it? It's that new phrase they use when they're getting so sick and tired of hearing about it. They just sick and tired of hearing about it, But the Lord is bringing it out, man. Because before your judgment goes the sentence, and you've been sentenced, or you've been revealed, and you've been sentenced by the prophets, or what's going to happen to you. Okay, verse 7 says the children will put the blame for their disgrace on their ungodly parents, but though they don't know that they were their godly parents, they are them who's here today. They the one did that, Verse 8 says, "You are doomed, you irreligious people who have abandoned the law of the Most High Yahweh, because you took this Bible and you tried to use it and tried to put God and we trust on everything, like America was built on the Christian faith and whatnot." But you don't use it, You don't use it. You just take out little things that pertain that you like and throw away everything else. That's why you've been held to it. That's why you're gonna be doomed. That's why you're doomed as a people. It says you are doomed, you irreligious people who have abandoned the law of the Most High Yahweh. See? I'm gonna get one more. This is Proverbs chapter 12 and 10. It says, "But the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel," and that's Esau, Edom. You know, his tender mercies and his tender mercy. So you look at tender. Let's go in the word tender. That word is rakam. Rakam. It says tender means compassion, mercy, tender love, pity. You know, when you have compassion on someone, you know, when you're supposed to show you showing tender love. Well, this is what the Lord says, your tender love, your tender mercies, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Your tender mercies are cruel. And that's being tender. And it's still cruel. So you just the devil, man, and you're gonna be destroyed, you know? Let's get Obadiah. One 15. It says the day of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shah in the future. So this is the whole Obadiah is the future future prophecy of this devil Esau. It hasn't happened yet. It says, for the day of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shah, is near upon all the heathens. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. So your so-called tender mercies, which was cruel, everything you've done is going to return on your own head. You know, everything you've done is going to return on your own head. It's going to be double. You know, so you got a short period of time. You might as well just go ahead and you're already coming down in your wrath. Go ahead and get the party started, man. Because it seems like you're doing it, showing that video. I guarantee you, once he get to prison, they're gonna ask him what he do it for. Like they always say, like they majority of them serial mass shooters always say, "Oh, I was trying to start the race riot." So that's their plan, you know, and you know that's all in the apocrypha that they're gonna do that. So we're gonna bring out the MOTB, which is the RFID chip, and do what you have to do because the elect ain't gonna take that chip. You know, the elect is gonna be saved when Yahweh Shah crack that sky, but your ass gonna be burnt up, and then you got 1,000 years of hardcore slavery. Hardcore, especially the Edomites. You the number one on the list. You're gonna literally catch hell, you know, because you're gonna get paid back double, and then you rest of you heathen nations as well, because y'all all had us in captivity. Y'all all took it too far, you know. When we was being punished by the Lord, you took it overboard. So with that, I'm going to pray you. Zedify, call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakar Dash. Again, that belongs to the elder apostle, Great Millstone. Shalom.